What's going on, YouTube? Who cheated at the BAO? Was it Deathguard? I don't think so. I think they just won. Pretty exciting for Deathguard players. Not exciting at all for me, but oh well, I wasn't there. The guy that won with the Deathguard army at the BAO, he's the guy who brought the 10 Plague Burst crawlers to the LVO last year. And a list like 10 Plague Burst crawlers or spamming something like that, to me it's just going to play itself, I believe. This might be wrong, but I feel like something like that, anybody could take an army like that and it would very much perform pretty good, right? Maybe not top 8 or whatever he got with that, but anybody could do it because it's just spamming the same good thing over and over again. So, and he's a local guy that plays at the store I play at, and also he runs events that I play in. But we have different, I guess, philosophies. I don't know if that's how you would say it, but different reasons, I guess, for playing Warhammer. And because I'm not really interested in competitive play or ITC play, unless we get matched up in an event, I have not ever played a game against him. So I can't say for sure if those lists are fun to play against or not, because to me they just don't look fun. And I'm talking about the 10 Plague Burst crawler. So the big news here is he just won the BAO, Bay Area Open, ran by Frontline Gaming. And the crazy thing is, he didn't have cheaty free plasma pistols. He didn't have 10 Plague Burst crawlers. He didn't even have Imperial Knights with all the cool stratagems. He did have Renegade Knights, but they don't really have any cool stratagems. Not like the Imperial ones. But he did have 10 Deathguard Terminators. Wow. That's pretty crazy, right? Like, collectively, every single person knows Terminators are terrible this edition because they just get killed by so much small arms fire and they never seem to make their points back. So that makes his army pretty incredible, that he not only took Terminators, but he had 10 of them. That's a lot of points in Terminators. And I think he deserves maybe, a little commission from GW, because now all the little followers on Facebook are going to look at his list and then they're going to try and copy it, try to improve on it, and probably buy up some Deathguard Terminators. So I propose GW pays Dawn $1 for every box of Deathguard Terminators they sell to somebody in the competitive 40K Facebook group. So I don't know if there's any way to track that, but they should probably give him some money, because we all thought or knew that Deathguard Terminators, or all Terminators, kind of suck. I think I have videos about the Thousand Suns Terminators, occult ones, thinking that they're probably too many points. So super interesting that he managed to pull off the victory. He also beat, I believe on stream, Jeff Robinson, who's a pretty popular character with the Frontline Gaming YouTube channel. He has his own channel, and he looks at it in a lot like a competitive computer game, not at all on the same wavelength with how he plays the game to how I play the game. But I do watch his Codex reviews and stuff, because he gives a different look at the books. He gives you that perspective on somebody that does look at it only, maybe not only, I don't know, but very competitive, I guess. And he's been running Custodes, I believe, now for a while. I don't really follow it, but I think it was Deathguard with Terminators versus Custodes that wasn't all jet bikes. So that's pretty exciting. The game itself seems pretty good, that you don't have to take free war gear upgrades to win, and even though everybody would probably widely consider the strongest stratagem in the game being Dark Eldar's ability to cancel stratagems, they didn't win either. So I guess Imperial Knights are just crushing it right now. Because that's one sad thing about the, I guess, I don't like saying meta, but one sad thing about the competitive meta is like a lot. I think it's like 5 out of the top, or like 4 out of the top 5, 8 out of the top 10 maybe. I don't know what it is. I didn't look that close. But it's a lot of Imperial Knights in those armies, which is great that they're good. Not great that maybe they're an auto-include type situation. The big disappointment for me is armies that include little Imperial Guard batteries that aren't Imperial Guard. And not, I get that it's good, and I'm making my Death Watch right now. And it probably would be cool to have some extra CP and include some Imperial Guard with them, because they'll benefit greatly from it. Plus, things like mortars and stuff are costed so low, they're easy to take, sit in the back, and provide some no line of sight firepower. I do think it's unfortunate, though, that the Imperial Guard Astra Militarum detachment, if you look at the BAO, is like double the presence of any other detachment. There's like over 50 I-Guard detachments, and most of the other popular ones have about 25 or so. So that means every Imperium army probably had that detachment, and not just, Knights and Imperial Guard. That makes sense. But the I-Guard just show up in every list now because they're too cheap for that battalion. So I think that'll change in December, I guess, with chapter approved. There's no way GW's not gonna adjust the points or errata the stratagems that they're using to get all those extra command points throughout the game. Not stratagems, relics, warlord traits, things like that. Obviously, there needs to be something done about that. Not because it's too good, or basically it's too cheap for what it provides, making it very smart. It's like an auto-include, and that's always bad for the game. Auto-include, bad for the game. So, is taking Deathguard Terminators cheating? Maybe, right? Nobody else takes them. Nobody knew what they did, right? Nobody ever played a practice game against Terminators. Nobody ever played against a Deathguard Terminator in their life that plays competitive 40k. So I guess he cheated. Yeah, you heard it here first. No, I just thought that was pretty funny. Like I said, I'm totally 100% anti the spamming Plague Bear's Crawler list he used to play down at the local game store. I never saw this one being played, I don't think. So I guess he practiced in a secret cave or something. Or maybe at some other events. I only go to really one store around town. And I know him and a lot of the other guys who like the ITC stuff will go to, neighboring stores and areas. And it's only like 30 minutes away or something, but I just really only go to the one store. So I don't participate in a lot of events, and I don't participate in every event at the store I go to because that's not my thing. So this video was brought to you by a person that doesn't really play in a lot of ITC events or know anything about it, and I thought it was super cool to see a army win that did not include your normal, well, not entirely your normal things you would expect. It wasn't a Magnus Mortarion list. It wasn't a Smite spam list. It wasn't a Cultist spam list. It wasn't a giant horde of whatever. It wasn't just 100 Nurglings. It wasn't, 20 of the same transport, whatever, right? And it was just a super interesting list to me looking at it. I'm going to try to say it off the top of my head, but it's 10 Terminators, some Deathguard character, Demon Prince, 3 Plague Burst Crawlers, Knight Crusader with Double Avenger, 2 Helverins with the Hades autocannons or whatever they're called. And I think that's about it. It only had like 7 CPs or something. It barely had any CPs. Wasn't on paper, it looks like the craziest thing ever, and he did it. He won. So I think that's a testament to being maybe more about skill, but it's also played by somebody who played a 10 Plague Burst Crawler list. So, and like I said before, I think that's kind of an easy mode style army. Maybe it's not. I never played against it, and I have no desire to do so. So maybe it was a little harder to use that than I give him credit for. But I give him all the credit in the world for, maybe not in the world, that's ridiculous. But I do give him credit for winning with Terminators in the ITC, where probably nobody, I bet if you took a survey of how many Terminators were at that event, I bet it's less than 20. So that means half, let's just say it's 20, half of the Terminators are in his army. And I wouldn't be surprised if he was the only person with Terminators. Although it was a big event, I don't think people are really using them at all, because a lot of people would rather just, at least in an Imperium army, probably take Custodes things, which are like super Terminators. So, very interesting, very cool. If you're into the ITC and you're from Arizona, it's probably exciting for you there that Arizona is kicking butt. And that's all I got for you right now. We personally here at the Red Beard Boss are growing out my beard. We're painting little tiny aggressors. Got 6 of them. I have no idea how to use them. I didn't even want to use them in my Death Watch, but I got them in a trade, so I'm going to go ahead and paint them up. And I also have these guys on the back burner here. They're going to be going in the Death Watch. I already have my Knight Gallant finished. I think I've showed you guys that with the freehand skull and stuff, and he's super cool. So I need to put 2 little baby knights painted in the Death Watch scheme to be able to match bases in the army. And then I got to work on some intercessors, and then I can start playing the Death Watch. And I'll probably take them to an event, and maybe something like LVO next year, or probably some local event just to try it out. Right now, though, we're playing a lot of Age of Sigmar. So I'm also working on a lot of, some Star Drake, some Endless Spells, all kinds of stuff. I'm working on everything, and that's all I got for you right now. Today is my birthday. I am 33 years old, so happy birthday to me. If you want to support me or my channel, please subscribe. And if you see any product reviews or anything, my links in the description are affiliate links. So if you click them and buy something, that does help support the channel financially. So that's cool. And now that I'm 33, I'm gonna, I don't know, maybe just retire by the time I'm 34, and then just sit here and talk about Warhammer for the next 35 years of my life. So, adios, talk to you soon. Thank you for watching. Big shout out to Don for the Deathguard Terminator BAO win. A little shout out to me for encouraging people to take things that other people don't take. Peace.